I'm not sure what grab is on modern controls. Oh!
No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Stay back away. Stay away from me. Stay back from me. Stay back.
Oh, she's stupid! She's stupid me! She's stupid me! Let's go!
Yeah.
Let's go! Let's fucking go! Let's go!
Go you.
The decider!
Wiggle. Down that kid, there, wiggle. Oh shit, no! Map! And it's like a question like last time I streamed on Twitch, I think. What the fuck is this? I'm gonna pretend to be mad about it.
Wow, you got a big
Oh!
Darn, that would have been funny if there was somebody in there, huh? Do you think they would have crapped themselves if I did that and they were in there and hiding? And they would have been like, oh my gosh, he comes! But I guess I do. I came. I came so hard! And they died when I jumped onto them after I came. Ah! I realize that sounded really bad out of context. Please nobody clip that.
When are you playing it? The next play. So literally the next playthrough I'm starting up. Okay?
Wait, look. Let's go to this.
So,
where
I
is?
hope your son never acts like me. Me too. I hope your son never acts like me whatsoever. I hope he stands in the corner staring at me and trying to rest his fucking mind. Boring ass.
See?
Anyway.
Nothing.
So.
Anyway.
Earthbound. I'm excited. Earthbound, classic RPG from the 90s.
So if I use this one, well, I wanna.
Yeah, dude, yeah. Was he saying in that, if you guys have been... Okay. Fighting style. I'm not gonna worry about those other abilities. When I finish Club Moon, I guess I'll just be like, alright, here's my final skills. Whoops.
I am not supposed to talk.
Oh, what's this? An apple pie. Mmm, it was so good, thank you. What's this you guys got here? Beer? Mmm. Alright. Yeah, dude, that's one thing that people all say about Final Fantasy.
Why would you do this? Now I know who's gonna make me play the game.
Ladies and gentlemen, Garfield and friends.
We're ready to party!
We're ready to party, we're ready!
I hope you bring lots of spaghetti.
I'm scared! on in, come to the place where fun never ends. Come on in, it's time to party with Garfield and friends. Dancing,
Fiesta,
romancing,
siesta,
samba,
la bamba, ay caramba, disguises, surprises, and pies of all sizes.
Come on in, come to the place where fun never ends. Come on in, it's time to party with Garfield and friends. Come on in, it's time to party with Garfield and friends. Garfield and friends.
And pay attention. There'll be a test at the end.
Man, oh man. You could really tell this game was made during the COVID era with the themes that it has. But, hello everybody. Hello, and welcome to another Swollen __ Dingus stream. Starring me, the guy, Swollen __ Dingus. Oh, check out this spooky, scary, title screen. Big ups to all the Dingus, Dongs, and Swollen __ ones who are here in the now, existing right now, and big ups to all the Dingus, Dongs, and Swollen __ ones sure to exist in the immediate and far-flung future. Like, Mr. _ Pun, and Necro _ 13. And anybody else coming in? What the? It's the guy! He's, hanging around the title screen, I guess? Dude, this guy's crazy. I love him. Alright, let's hop back into it. It's time! Ladies and gentlemen, the time has come! And so have I. We're actually gonna beat the game today. Me! The slowest guy ever to ever beat any games. We beat games at the pace of a snail riding on a turtle across the river. Really breakneck speeds here, which also goes double for the Switch itself. The game's trying its best to render all the characters on this boat along with this red, not bloody mist. The Switch is having a tough time. It's doing its best though. Like, it gets really bad when you go up to like areas like this with a lot of NPCs. And then you have like shit that pops in when you use the flowers. We need the Switch 2 now, brother. Where is the Switch 2? So I can low down $700 for it. Alright, enough joking aside. I gotta craft these amped gloves, and then that's it. I will have nothing else to do and go straight to the final area. First up, we gotta go fishing. So I'll just hang out over here. But in case you missed the last session situation, we got to the end bit. We beat the fortress, we beat the guy, we beat Zocket, but Zocket transformed back into Gazette. And then, you know, the final boss came out, was looking like some kind of Marks Kirby-ish kind of motherfucker. And then he, like, put everyone into his little Matrix VR flowers so they could goon endlessly. So, like, half the NPCs in the game are now flowered, and they won't help me out anymore. We'll save them in due time. Because, D-Scythe, hello, D-Scythe, it's not looking good for that general Nintendo Direct this month. Yeah. I mean, we still got a couple days left in February, but it's probably not gonna happen. Nate the Hate was wrong, and he lied to his viewers. I can't believe it. Imagine lying to your viewers. The casino told me doing that was based. The viewers are dented anyway if they believe you.
May your days be great.
Whoa, big ups Egg Gang 1738, 19 months at tier 1 for 29 months. Thank you, Egg Gang 1738, for the re-up. The positive re-up with the Swolify Wobble. Yeah, it's looking like we're not getting that General Direct this month, but we do have the Pokemon Company and Game Freak announcing the Pokemon Day 2025 Direct. We're gonna have a Pokemon Presents on February 27th. I think that's the date. And they're gonna tell us about all the cool ways Pokemon is gonna scam you this year. I think it's time, bros. I'm gonna call it. You're gonna get the Gen 10 reveal. Even though we know nothing about Legends Z-A, even though Scarlet and Violet was like a rushed mess, even though the Switch 2 is not even a blip on the radar, and we know nothing about the Switch 2, I think we're gonna get the Gen 10 reveal. And you know what? You know what? It's probably gonna be cross-platform too. That'll be my big dingus prediction. Cross-platform reveal for Gen 10, and it's gonna make everyone see because the Switch 1 will be holding the game back. Big ups, Knock and Benjamin. Whoa, it's Dingus Week! Whoa, buddy! Ah, there's no casino tonight, sadly. Big ups, Rent Check. It's unfortunate that guy wasn't wrong with the Switch 2, the Switch 2 reveal, but he was wrong about the General Direct. Oh yeah, I need a few more of those. Pokemon Sleep 2. The Direct is gonna make me Pokemon Sleep 2, if you know what I mean. I think it's gonna be surprisingly underwhelming. All Pokemon Directs are just a bunch of mobile shit, and them self-filleting by showing you, like, I don't know, feel-good footage of kids around the world playing and enjoying Pokemon. That's always like the 5-minute segment at the start. Ah yes, so many people around the world have been enjoying Pokemon throughout the ages. Ah yes, everybody loves Pokemon. And then you get a bunch of mobile slop and just shit you don't care about. And then they waste time on the trading card game, and then they waste even more time on like the competitions, the competitive shit. Then they waste even more time on like shit like the anime, just shit like nobody fucking cares about, right? And then what else do they talk about? Even more mobile gotcha slop shit. Then they'll talk about if there's like a side game reveal, they'll talk about the side game shit. Like, let's say, for example, they gotta talk about a new mystery dungeon. They would talk about a new mystery dungeon, or a new puzzle game or something. Or the Marked 1 raid I just got with the Party of 13. Big ups, Marked 1. Talked about how Pokemon is gonna suck ass this year when they do their yearly presentation in about 7 days to tell us about how you're gonna get scammed by Pokemon. Now, I'm not a Pokemon enjoyer, I'm a Pokemon hater. So I'm gonna, my speculation right now is exclusively in regards to how it's gonna suck ass. A big up to Smart One, Law Power, OIO, Proxycon, hello. I'm also playing the latest and greatest Mario adventure. I'm actually gonna finish it today. I got one side quest I gotta do, so right now I'm fishing. I'm fishing and talking about how shit you guys enjoy is actually terrible. But it will be nostalgia bait for games people like 20 years ago and ZA stuff because it's Switch 2 launch game. Yeah, it'll probably be Z-A will probably be on Switch 2. And if not, it's gonna definitely see performance enhancements on Switch 2. But yeah, those are my predictions. Feel good footage of kids around the world enjoying Pokemon. Mobile shit you don't care about. Tertiary shit you don't care about, like the trading card game and the competitive shit and the anime. And then, some dumbass Netflix shit you don't care about. Like, they wasted, I want to say, like 5 minutes on, like, some Netflix shit last year. And then at the very end, you'll either get 2 games or 1 game, depending on what year it is. Because it's the current year, i.e. right now, we're going to talk about Z-A, and then we'll get the last-minute Gen 10 reveal. And Gen 10 will be this year. Gen 10 will be this year because the generations always last 3 years. So I know it hasn't feel like it's been 3 years since Scarlet and Violet, but it will be this November. So Scarlet and Violet came out in 2022. So we'll get Gen 10 in 2025. I know you don't want to believe it, but it's true. You'll get the title drop, and you'll get the starters. That's what we'll get. But the focus of the main important game coverage will be on Z-A. It makes sense too. Yeah, they don't mind Pokemon games coming out months apart. Remember Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, and the Legends Arceus? Those were like 2 months apart. They don't give a fuck. And I think later that same year that Legends Arceus came out, you also had Scarlet and Violet. I'm pretty sure that was a 2022 game. Hello, ENFW. Yeah, whatever they were doing with Dragonite. Let me correct myself here. Legends Arceus was, in fact, 2022. So, in the span of, like, roughly a year, you have Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl. 2 months later, Legends Arceus. And then the same year, you also have Scarlet and Violet. Big ups to Starman. The game's getting updated. It's so happening. Yeah, it asked me to update earlier this week, but according... Like, I checked the wiki, I was like, what the fuck did they update? Because I thought this couldn't possibly be, like, a meaningful content update, DLC thing. Apparently it was just bug fixes. Did I see how USA gave $10 million to Nintendo for them to market to men children? No, I didn't see that. Thusly so, I have no comment. Alright, I think I have enough of these. Let me use up the rest of my bait. Yeah, how's everyone doing? Hope your Thursday evening has found you as well as it has found me. Had a tall glass of water and I'm ready to beat the game. Just gotta craft some fucking gloves first. Added me on Discord about it. Hey, phrase that soon. Did you now? I must have completely ignored that. I took a nap earlier. I fell asleep to Arlo crying about AI in my ear. I had no idea what he was talking about. Yeah, you sent it, Mr. Pun. I just skipped over. I don't know where it is. It's so over. Alright, I think I got what I got. Got what I got and got what I need. You know, I thought the toads were immune to getting flowered, but then I went down to the lower beach area, and no, all the toads over there got fucked too. Shameful. Okay, I just need some way-away chains. I had enough and then I sold them because I didn't think I would be needing way-away chains again. Performance improvement for this part of the game. Yeah, so I downloaded that update before I got to this part. So you're telling me it was worse? Big ups Golem. You know what we should watch to get you hyped for the finale? Movie Bob the Overthinker? What? Let's not. Let's respectfully no. Oh wow. Dude, it is red as fuck. I like the little flower here on the nose of the ship. It's a nice touch. Area runs like shit in handheld mode. I was playing yesterday and the frames were dying. Yeah, I inspired you to go do the boss rematches and shit, huh? Never noticed the frame rate dropping when you were running around the home base? Of course I did! It just wasn't that bad. I'm playing on a Switch as a Nintendo fellow. I'm quite adjusted to frame drops even in first-party games. Surely the Switch 2. Surely the Switch 2 won't have that issue, right? Right, guys? Damn, look what they did to my homie Spike. Everyone's getting gloamed, man. The final boss is gonna be way easier for you because you have wait a minute. Okay, but it's also me, so I'll probably die at least once. You didn't have wait a minute? How did you skip? You always beat games like fucking week 1, but you skip like 90% of the content. And yet you still have the gall to flex on me for taking forever to beat anything. Yes, Dingus, I did beat the game day 1. However, I also skipped like all the content, so fuck you. Alright, I just need 1 chain. No, 2 chains. I just gotta turn DLSS on. I gotta turn that on, and I gotta turn VSync off. VSync is always bad. I need... Loop Booster. Wind Piler wouldn't hurt, too. You can't get all the plugs, so you didn't have enough for wait a minute? Are you sure? Look, I have them all. Unless there's one I need to unlock that I don't have. I was also grinding the sprite bulbs last night. Turn motion blur on while you're at it. Oh, you know what? Let me help you out. Wait, I can't access the map here. You might be missing some. The last time I played, is the map here? Alright, whatever, you played the game anyway, so I don't even need to show you. But last time I played, some sprite bulbs spawned on Offendon Island. Even though I'd already gotten all the sprite bulbs there before, new ones spawned there at this point in the game. So if you boot it back up and go to Offendon, those might be the ones you're missing. And it gave me just enough to get the final plug that I needed. I would recommend going back there. I don't know why they did it like that. They could have just put it, like, I don't know, on Jellyfish Island or something, or some other island. Because I'm sure I had the check on the check for sprite bulbs on Offendon. But when I went back there for Junior and Buddy's little friendship reunion, the check went away and it just spawned new bulbs there for me. Level 46 to 47, missing a few, but just wanted to wait a minute, I got it. Padding. Alright, you were shit-talking this one last night. I gotta use this a lot more before I give my conclusive judgment. This is the part where it kind of slows things down. Oh my lord. There. It's actually pretty fine and not that slow until those final 3. This thing sucks ass against bosses? Well, it's got an area of effect. You'd want to use it against horde battles, horde enemies. Oh yeah, I need 1 more chain. Are we in the final dungeon? Not yet. I'm grinding for 1 material that I need. I'm not there yet. Basically what happened last time is that the real main antagonist appeared. We'll call him Bigger Jaws. Bigger Jaws appeared, and he made the entire world go to shit, and like half the NPCs have not only been gloamed, but they've also been consumed by happy VR flowers that put them in their personal goon chambers, and Mario's gotta save everything, or everything's gonna go to shit. What do the gloam fragments do? They're just they're materials. You need them for... What did you need them for? You need them for one of the crafting requests, along with the gloam dust and the gloam crystal. At least 5 of each of those. Let's fire at that. I didn't do the crafting shit. What is this, Minecraft? No, even better. Introducing the main villain for the last hour will always be a stupid move. Well, I had said last stream that they should have, they should have introduced them earlier, like around the halfway point. Again, kind of like how Phantasma got fucked over by Bowser. But I don't think, like, that Bowser betraying Phantasma didn't come that late into the Dream Team. From what I remember. Even the Elder Princess Shrew actually showed up a few hours before and actually talked. I think it would have been better if Elder Princess Shrew was just the present-day Princess Shrew, but going back in time to, I don't know, ensure the invasion was a success? Kinda felt like it was going that way because they look so similar, but now they're just sisters. To be fair, there's still like 10 hours left. I am gonna be here for a while then. But I need to see this ending. Did I get it? I still need one more. I got loot booster on. What's going on? Last dungeon is long. You warned me, dude. You did! You did. But guess what? I took a nap. We need a good long dungeon anyway. You were saying last stream that dungeons are too short. Like, I like going to Bowser's Castle here, but it seems like because we did a dungeon in Bowser's Castle, the fourth lighthouse couldn't be too long, so it's just this weird enemy gauntlet thing that wasn't very satisfying. Dungeons and Partners of Time Superstar Saga being quite a bit longer. When I replayed Superstar Saga for the gazillionth time a few years ago, I think it was 2023, I actually remember those dungeons being longer than what they actually were. But that could be a symptom of you know, playing shit when you were a dumb kid. Just things taking longer because you were dumber. Like, I thought Joke's End was longer than what it actually was. It was still quite a challenge. Pick up Pancake Mix. Hello, Pancake Mix. Okay, what's going on? Thought I would only be here for a short shoot. Just short shoot in the breeze with Bowser's minions, as it were. Gotta replay that. I wonder if they remade Partners in Time if it would get another side mode. I sometimes theorize what would have happened if they did remade Partners in Time for 3DS. And it would probably give, like, Baby Bowser the side mode. I like the side modes of the remakes. I thought that would have been great for, like a Kirby-style expand the side game into its own eShop game. Price that for like 15 bucks. Alright, let me go to the side entrance. Oh, one of them has a boo. They've never used the boo on me. Okay, that was pretty bad. At least I got the coin out of it. Like, it flies so fast at first, and then once you get to the outer rings, it starts flying slower. Should have kept that speed. Oh yeah, we locked in the net play. We're gonna do more net play on Saturday. We successfully bullied and gaslit Anne into joining us. And you know what? We'll mention this too. Danny was very helpful. He was thinking of me in his heart of hearts. He got into that closed network testing for Sonic Racing. So he gave me his code because he doesn't have a PS5. He somehow signed up for it not having the PS5. But the code he got doesn't work. I don't know if Daddy just did it wrong. But he showed me the email, and it says it's only good for Asia. So... Thank you for keeping me in your thoughts, Danny. I take back everything I ever said about you. And I never said anything about Danny to begin with. So I told him, like, okay, like, Danny, thank you very much for thinking of me. Because I guess he heard that I was semi-interested in seeing if that would be alright. You know, I think it's interesting since it's like coming out this year, and then you got the new Mario Kart also dropping, so it's, oh, it's gonna be a compare and contrast, which one's gonna be better? So he signed up for it, but he must have did something wrong. Typical Danny fashion. Because, like, think about it. First of all, he signs up for it not knowing that it's PS5 only. So obviously there must have been a lack of reading involved, you would think. And then he gets the code, and it's Asia only. Not available in America. Now I'm over here thinking, well, like, that doesn't sound right. That literally can't be right. Because, they marketed it in the American state of play, the English state of play. So obviously, it can't be Asia only. Maybe Danny was on a VPN? Or he completely skipped the part where he had to enter in his data. Like, I'm thinking, like, okay, maybe he didn't click his region or something? Because, like, if he didn't read the fine print to know that it was PS5 only, then surely he also would have skipped the part where it said, select your region, doofus. Yeah, it's a massive Danny moment, but I do appreciate him anyway, for at least thinking about me. He just wanted to do the right thing, dude. Alright, there we go.
Hello, Span Dog. How you doing, dude?
Big ups, Chrono. How you doing, Dingus? I'm doing great, thank you for asking. We're gonna try to beat Mario and Luigi today. I'm grinding for materials from these dinguses, but they don't want to give them to me. I actually just need one more. There it is. Okay, we can get out of here. No, it's not dingus on dingus violence. These guys are paid actors. They're fine. They're crisis actors. Let's talk about dingus on dingus crime rates. So, even though dinguses make up 13% of the population, they're responsible for 64% of the dinging. Somebody's doing the dinging, Don. Big ups, King Triple D Ook. That's what I call him, King Triple D Ook. Ironship Sakai is back wailing for DSP tonight. Oh my goodness. What a shock, I could have seen that coming. Except anyone but me, because I explicitly said last night, for some reason, that he wouldn't be coming back for another 10 streams. He must have listened to that, and then decided to continue to come back tonight anyway to debunk me in real time. Big ups OMG Zelda, the widest arrived. Welcome in, man. Oh yeah, we can craft these gloves and then head on to the finale. The finale that's allegedly gonna be a couple of hours. So I hope you got your hot cocoa ready. I sure do, because it's fucking 28 degrees outside. Why is it so cold? I actually forgot to mention that there was ice last night. It didn't last, so it already melted by the afternoon. Wait, I went in the wrong pipe. Negative 20 yesterday. I think the lowest I saw was negative 13. Wait, no, not negative 13. 13. I said negative because you said negative. I should be positive. No, 13 degrees was the lowest that I've seen here. Again, it's usually cold, but no snow, no ice, and the like. With the exception of that one week, a few weeks back. But we got ice again. It melted by the afternoon, but we had actually gotten it for the first time in a while. Warming up here, only negative 10 degrees now. Maybe winter's almost over, prayer hands. I mean, it's still February. February's still winter, guys. Spring won't start until Mardi Gras, which is in March this year. We gotta do even more Mario Party that night. We can make it like, we can call it Party Gras. Reading an article about this game, it said the Yoo-Hoo Cannon was hard to get excellence for. How the fuck? Who? The playtesters? Or were they talking about the Yoo-Hoo Cannon as it worked in Bowser's Inside Story, so they retooled it for this game to make it easier? Classic N64 Mario Party or Jamboree? So, Asari was talking about doing N64 Mario Party, but we're lazy, so I think for this Saturday we'll just do more GameCube. We want to get Wii stuff working, but it'll take a minute. Look at all these dead toads. They're not dead, they're just gooning. The bad guy stuck them in these flowers. They're just having fun. Basically, the idea is he's gonna doom the entire world to sheer isolation. Everyone trapped in the flowers is just living their best life. Oh wait, these guys made it here? My brother and I were on All Sand Island when the sky got so strange. So we hurried here to Shipshape Island to see what was going on. Sounds like it's gotten really bad. Please, you guys, be careful. You gotta come back safe after whatever's coming next. Mario, Luigi, please take me with you to that big eerie island. I know you wouldn't, but just know I'll be here rooting for you. So I was getting some mad head, holy shit. Isn't it like a case of, like, you see what your greatest desire is? At least a couple of these plug dudes gotta be having sex, right? My only critique with the narrative is, if Reclusa, the bad guy, if he wants a world of isolation and solitude, if he just wants to be left the fuck alone, why doesn't he just world hop to a world with nobody in it? Oh wait, let's give it a... Oh wait, no, we didn't even craft yet. Why does Dingus make all the bad guys sound like Ralph? That's the fat guy voice. I played a little bit more off stream too, and yeah, all the islands are like this. All the NPCs are turned over. Wait, what did he say? I looked away. I gotta talk to make it. Alright, let's go back to Rumble real quick. Pickups King Diddy Duke, 75 stream streak. I didn't need to hear that, nor want to know if fan art for that exists. The gooning toads. When a toad goons, it just spills spores and shit, don't worry. I think Reclusa is the worst villain of any Mario RPG. Well, that's just a bit of you're feeling honeymoon period hype. Or anti-hype. Even Smithy with his 5 seconds of screen time was better. No, that's just your nostalgia wanking. Smithy has no presence. He's cool, but he has no presence. Why don't they just plug themselves in a goon helmet and create a world without anyone else? Well, his head's pretty big, he probably wouldn't fit. Okay, pipe was over here. Oh, yeah, the pipes, you can't use the pipes anymore. They force you to go the long way, and look at all the NPCs who have been flowered. Oh wait, no, there's still the shortcut that's over here. Pickups BR Joe. I'd edge with the Goon Toads. Hello Dingus in chat. Hello BR Joe. It's really all about Jonathan from Super Mario RPG TBH. Jonathan was a bro. I like that they gave you the rematch against him in the remake. You needed a few more of those. Here she is. My brother's lost his luster and can't seem to recover. The absolute state of build it. It's what comes of working to the bone, all alone, nose down to the grindstone. A flaw becomes a fracture, a mistake leads to disaster, the cracks are hard to plaster. No cure for the condition but remission. Stop working, maybe take up fishing. Mario, Luigi, follow me! I'll make him a gift to lift the flagging winds that set him adrift. Some of that fruit from Twisty Island would be just as speed. I'll be waiting on Twisty Island. Show up for him, and be my friend. She's sending me on a wild goose chase. Oh, that was close. At least you got past the awful dancing minigame filler. Well, that's why I wanted to know, like, how big the bonding. Well, I said how big. How long the bonding can segment was gonna be. I nailed all the bonds, by the way. I predicted all of them. Ah, yes. Not that it was difficult. Glad to know you'll show when rubber meets road. The forests where the fruit roots. I'd appreciate another set of eyes to find the prize in this paradise. I don't know if I'd call it a paradise right now. You make my day. I'll be just up the way. Find out Creator Clash Tree is in my state. The tickets are $40. Should I go recreate the say underscore video if I meet iDubbbz? Yes. Only $40. Wow. Okay, she wants me all the way up here. Honestly, didn't know any fighters except the guy that stuck his hands in jars. Shit, what are you talking about? LA Beast, right? LA Beast? That guy. Yeah, Kino had the same take when they covered it. It was like, that was the only person that they recognized. I've been tired of the main battle theme. When I first heard the main battle theme in the reveal trailer, I thought it was gonna be the mini-boss theme. But yeah, you don't know anyone except the guy who stuck his hands in jars. All the girls are OnlyFans creators. Is that true? Is that why nobody's heard of them? So if you mention that you have heard of the girl creators, that just exposes you for being a coomer? Okay, that one got me. Alright, don't I have a... Okay, I got anti-gloam ready. Ah, we're waiting on Kaboom, I guess.
Oh yeah.
75% of them are Gooner creators, and the other is a very Jewish lady liberal. What's wrong with that? What are you saying there, bud?
Oh yeah.
Where's she at? Oh, right here. And then I immediately get hit. Alright, that's more like it. No! Ah! Thank you for the coffee. Except it wasn't coffee, it was hot cocoa. We're on a root beer drought here. I gotta go get some more. This is the one they said, like, the playtesters couldn't get excellence on. Thing is, how do you feel about DSP going offline for 30 minutes to download drivers? Is that true? Embarrassing. This is why no one plays games on PC! Oh, challenge cleared. Blown Buster. It does take 40 minutes to write his grocery list. Like, he has to make sure everything is accounted for. Imagine not writing a grocery list. You go get groceries and then you realize you forgot something. And you get angry and you don't want to go over there just for one more thing. You know who never has that happen to him?
Hello, Spandog.
The guy.
He got cursed by a wizard.
Pick up Spin Pam. Welcome in, Pin Pam. We're doing one final quest and then allegedly onto the Brothership finale. The smell's one of those that hits my nose, telling me this is where the fruit grows. This must be the right place. Whoa, it's a chill out fruit. A couple of you could use that. The fruit trail ends here. You brothers always know what to do. Thanks for helping find this fruit. She thinks she's Gruntilda or something. Can't wait to see us smile when we show up with the loot. Let's beat it so we can eat it! Eat it! Are we gonna mail him a spoon too? Hey, big up Scamp. So excited to see him read Anamusha. He's bigly fake fanning Anamusha and Ninja Gaiden. Oh my god, guys, these are such great games. So, think Resident Evil, right? Mixed with Bloodborne. Oh, and hello, the Serenix Sinestro, if I didn't say it already. I feel like I didn't. Build it, what's the word? You're feeling low, I heard. Yeah, I guess you got the whole story for Mario. Man, pretty pathetic, right? So much for helping out. Build it, listen. Drop the volume on that noise and hear my voice. Your work is choice. Anyone who hates on him, I will destroy like a badly made toy, all wobbly in the joints. It's not your fault that you're losing poise. You're so tired you've forgotten all the joys. This fruit's the cure. Take a bite and then rejoice. Oh my god, make it, thank you. It has save control, so it's like Resident Evil has the fantasy setting, so it's like Dark Souls. But Capcom, therefore Resident Evil. Think about it. Ooh, I'm fired up, I'm raring to go, I'm making to get making. You get thanks too, Mario and Luigi. I'm right as rain now. Alright, enough talk. Wait till you see the amp gloves I've got in mind. Now here's some gloves I can be proud of. Don't be shy, take them. Whoa, the final side quest, question mark. It might be the final one. Take care, bro, and take it slow sometimes. Don't grind away your mind. Who, me? Never. Alright. See what these gloves do. Increase all your stats by 5%. So I got Death and Speed on Mario right now. I got Bowser Spikes on Luigi. Oh, it actually... Huh. It improves everything, but the Bowser spikes improve Luigi's POW, so they take a big hit if I put this on him. I put it on Mario. This is the straight upgrade for Mario. Alright, we're ready. Mario, Luigi, it's finally time! Get the solid tree in your sights with the big cannon. Yeah, I probably should be doing that. Oh, wow, yeah. That's pretty big, isn't it? It's the solid tree. Great. The solid tree's in sight, right? What's wrong? Whoa! Oh my god, everyone showed up! How did we not hear them approach? Mario! Luigi! I know you two can do it. Cordia swaying like the grass so green. Red passions running as the bros hit the scene. Mario, Luigi, hit him hard! Now take all those bombs and pour it on, baby. Good luck! Dude, even Garumbla showed up, this dumbass. Mario, Luigi! It's my favorite Stashonistas! Go show him how we do it, hot and cold style! Give it to him family style? Oh, Mario, Luigi! Our love for this land is boiling over! Absolutely, Bernadette. Oh, Mario, Luigi. Don't worry, buddy. You're not as tough as me and Dad, but they've got this. Just this once. I'll let them take the spotlight. Mario, Luigi, you're really going to the solid tree? We believe in you. With Mario and Luigi on the job, I'm not worried. Mario, Luigi, now's the time to save Concordia. May you have safe travels. Oh, they're fucking posing like they're Power Rangers. Look at Junior. Look at... Junior's smug as if he did anything. Junior, you didn't do anything. Well, you gave us bonds, but... Junior, you didn't do that much. Okay, hand me the bonding can, Mario. It is kind of Kino that they all come back for the final bit. I'm gonna come with you. I want to use my wand as powers to help out. Yeah, and I want to help Miss Cosette. I bet she went to the solid tree alone. Oh, we know that because of the quest we did. Now, use the power of bonds. Let's go! It really is like a, I don't know, like a JRPG moment. Like the last kind of stretch, the big shonen moment for the final area. Mario, Luigi, go for it! And then you got this awesome beat in the background from the Mystery Dungeon guy. It's like they don't even need to say anything. There doesn't even need to be any Italian gibberish. They just nod. Look at Mario! Mario is fucking ready! DSP hates having his time wasted. Even Astrobot gets mad having to go back 10 seconds. And that's a game that's very generous with its checkpoints. Oh, which I'm gonna try to go back to tomorrow. It's the return of Astrobot. Whoa. So behind on that game. Hey, absence makes the heart grow fonder, as they say.
Okay.
Are they literally gonna bust through? What is this? Okay, if this was on PS5, that would have been the QuickTime event. And we're in. Nice of Reclusa to put a cannon there in case we need to go back. See, he's not all a bad guy. Well, here we are. Ah, gross. Can we bust this with the bomb too? As you two are now, you should be able to break it with the power of bonds. Mario, Luigi, you can do it. She's just gonna hang tight. Oh my god, okay. Alright, stop A-logging me. There we go. Amazing! Looks like we have our way inside. Well, here goes nothing. Yeah, Connie's just gonna hang back and be cool. Alright, onward. New gameplay gimmick. Don't you do it, Luigi. Don't you do it. Does that, like, gloam you? Is he just... He's got Luigi's dead? Already?
Luigi!
Oh my god, Luigi is dead. It's like when they killed Goofy in Kingdom Hearts. Could this have happened? Oh my god, Hammer Brothers. They actually made it back in. Why are they here, though? You get hit by these, you get shot to parts unknown. That doesn't count as a first hit, does it? Alright, yeah, these guys usually show up in pairs. Makes sense. Honestly, the hitbox is a lot more generous than it needs to be. But I don't mind it. A few of those, like, I clearly missed, but they gave it to me anyway. I should probably stack that with Bowser's Army right now. For even more damage. Alright, that's good. Is the Hammer Brother blind? Whoa, what is that thing? Oh my god, Luigi, watch out. I wanna know what that thing is. Look how big it is! Those things are annoying. They look annoying. What is this? The Weeping Trooper? What? Does it count as a Zoc Trooper? It's got a spike on its head, so I can't jump. Oh wow, it's tough. What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? Oh, oh, oh! What? What? What's the pick for that? What? Wait. Oh, okay, I get it. Wait, I thought I was gonna fight. Oh, okay. I know. I see why it's called Weeping Trooper now. That's kind of Kino. They gave me an item. See, those guys aren't bad. Zaket said in his notes that he made all of his troopers. So now that they don't have to work for Zaket because Zaket is Kazet again, you know, they got no reason to live. It's kind of grim if you think about it. Alright. But since they don't have to work for Zaket anymore, you know, they're helpful now. That's kind of neat. Shit, where do I want to go? Pick up Shea Frosty Beats. We're in the final for real fur area of Brothership. My fireball did nothing, naturally. I hear Phil is stalling, playing Onimusha, downloading drivers and shit. Safa. Okay, I thought I missed that one. See, I told you, like, the hitbox is generous. It doesn't need to be, but it is. Okay, I think I get it. The fake outs are actually him telling me where how he's gonna attack. Oh yeah, okay. I thought he was just being schizophrenic. The easiest way to do this one is to spam like one button with one brother first, and then have the other brother cover for the spots you missed. Like, not necessarily just spam the button, but like just kind of nurse it, because it doesn't let you spam. Alright, what do we got? Max syrup and a bean. Alright, got our fast travel in case we need it. Oh, I could say, okay, I see what you mean when you say this is gonna be a long dungeon. I don't mind it though. I need this final fight to feel like it's earned. Look at all these skill checks here. You remember how to do all this shit you learned throughout the game? These have an unusual shape, but could they be some kind of device? Hey, Zuki Wookie. Yeah, that's gotta be it. I have a feeling that things are about to get more dangerous than they've been so far. I'll wait here. You two better be careful. And Connie will be fine. We're just over here. We gotta mow down all the enemies and shit. Connie's just hanging out. Never endangered because we clear out all the enemies for her. Alright, Luigi, what are we doing? What does this do, Luigi? Like, what are you doing? Can he not pick it back up? Oh, you know what? Obviously, red and blue means I gotta light it up like that. Yeah. Could I have placed that anywhere? Or would it have only gone in this slot? Thank you, Jimmy, for the follow. Your name has 420 in it, but it's actually making me think of 220, which is today. Shout out February 20th! If you know, you know. Hey, Amren. But yeah, thank you for the follow, man. Probably won't get that February 20 joke. It's okay, you don't need to. Oh, you see a couple more new enemies here. Yeah, we have 2 the tractor holidays now. Rich should have also done a massive man marathon for today. I hear he's got all the time in the world since he got fired. Ooh, can I not blow up that one? Because it's down there. What's he doing? Oh my lord. Oh my god, he can buff and give HP. Ah! The Mario Brothers are dead! Now, to be fair, I had no idea what their attack patterns were going to be. Cope, sweep it up, dingus. Man, you thought Magic Koopa attacks was long? I was gonna hit Mario. Sounds like an excuse? You bet your fucking ass it is. It dropped my input, man. It's because I'm using a wireless controller. It dropped my fucking input. Thank you for the Ouija moment. I don't know what Ouija really contributed there. He's the reason. He's the one that died. He's the reason why I was in trouble. Okay, one of them got pelted. I think you're just a big Ouija sweeper, and you don't want to admit it. Just sweep it up for the green paisano. Oh, what a wacky hitbox. Okay, those don't count as Zocket troopers, so I can get rid of that. Big up Cerulean86. Canada wins? Yes! They fucking better! I would have laughed at them if they didn't. It's hockey. But congratulations, Cerulean86. Canada won the hockey thing. America loses just so it can sleep soundly for an evening, I guess. A lot of hockey people come out of Michigan, though. Michigan isn't real, they made it up.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Ooh, got a Mario level up. Level 46. Whoa, I'm the same level as Golem. Jay Frosty says, they still lost that match against Florida. They can't take back the L. What is your response, Cerulean? Losing to Florida is pretty bad, given the climate. You think Canada should, look, Canada should never lose hockey. If you really want to know the truth about it. Alright, I can't snipe those. Not possible. Okay, I cannot UFO that either. Speaking of UFOs. Has Canada won a Stanley Cup ever? I would not know that information off the top of my head. Just gives the instant buff. These are reclusives. Heck. Where's the anti-Reclusa plug? Let's get the freeze on. Big up Scoon. Hockey is like the USA's 5th or 6th favorite sport. It's like celebrating beating the USA at soccer. That's what I'm saying, like... Not to diss hockey people. You think Canada winning, like, would be a no-brainer situation. Cerulean is celebrating the obvious. Wow, the snowy place won the snowy sport? Oh, I messed that one up. No attack. Oh my god, I went early. Sometimes he drops once, and sometimes he drops twice. What causes that? Is it random? Hey, he froze, and then it didn't matter because I killed him anyway. Ah, yes! Okay, we're getting better at dodging that one. Make sure we're good on BP. Alright, let's keep going. Oh no, they even gloamed the Palookas! No, he should have been able to break the wooden boxes. He breaks the wooden box and then the Weeping Trooper comes out and gets ya? What are those guys? Are those little Reclusa Seedles? What are they doing? Let's go ahead and put on wait a minute. Wait a minute. Seedlusas? Why are they looking away? What's their gimmick? Should I prioritize them? Are they gonna seed if I attack? Oh. They appear to be very strong. That did a lot of damage, but I say it did a lot of damage. It did an amount of damage. I've never been a sports guy, but talk like this would get you banned in Phil's chat.
Hey, let's get down on the sports talk, guys. My chat is like a community. Like we foster a positive vibe, and like we're happy you're here. But like I don't really care about sports. So like why don't we talk about it? Like who cares? Like
You want to foster a community, a forum for your viewers to come and escape from the horrors of the world, but then you won't let them talk about sports. Just because it's not something you're personally into.
bye-bye.
It's wild that he thinks like that. Such is life. Phil finished Onimusha is doing a TED Talk. Are you like trying to get me to look at that? Type 1 if you want to hear Phil's TED Talk. Type 2 if you would rather listen to anything else. Oh, I killed one. This would probably be the attack to use on him. It's multi-hit, so it kinda almost bypasses their defense, except not really. Do they have like a good drop or something, and that's why they have so much defense? Watch it after the daily round. Fair enough. He's probably talking about nothing. Let me take an off screen, off stream. Look, see, look, listen.
Onimusha Warlord concludes.
I pull it up and I see his shrug face. He's just shrugging. That's a lot of him for me now. It's just me shrugging at him. Take bets on whether or not Dave uses one of his multiple cameras to have a desk cam for Legos. I bet no. Tevin made a really good point earlier when he said that Dave bought the Legos to do as just like a thing to like give him additional content. But now he's charging for it. Very suspicious. It was just gonna be a thing he was gonna do for free, like DSP Reacts or the wrestling show. But now he's like charging for it like a goal, like is one of his stupid marathon events. How dare you, Mr. Guy? He's giving his 2 cents on Onimusha by today's standards. Onimusha by today's standards. Think Resident Evil. Let's see this instead. So we have
Nintendo has filed a new...
Switch 2 is gonna turn upside down, according to the puppet.
Patent, and, you know, we always have to have the little caveat, the little like, yes, but just because it's a patent, it doesn't mean that they're gonna use it. It doesn't mean it's actually coming. But this is one of those ones where
all the Switch 2 patents been accurate?
Like, you know, like even in the images, the patent itself, it's showing a Switch. It's something that is clearly a Switch. I mean, technically, it doesn't even look like a Switch 2. Where's the C button? But like, no, I mean, obviously it is a Switch 2 because of the patent. Let's talk about the patent.
You have a patent on something that'll never be made, base. No one can ever take it away from you either. You just gotta, don't you gotta renew that every so often?
You can flip them around, of course, suggesting that the Switch 2 itself is going to be able to flip upside down, much in the way that a phone or tablet.
Okay, here's the dingus prediction on why they're doing this. You want the dingus prediction? The only reason that this feature exists. You wanna know why? You know the only reason they're doing this? It's because in Pokemon, the Pokemon Inkay requires you to flip your system upside down for it to evolve. Now, if you played X and Y on 3DS, you already know this. But if you didn't, let me, Pablo, can we get Inkay on screen? Thank you, Pablo. Okay, so this guy, this little bugger, 3DS had gyro, so you would flip the 3DS upside down and then level him up to like level 30 or something, and then he would evolve into Malabar, and that continued with the Switch. I'm pretty sure the Switch still has the gyro, so you just flip it upside down, and then he evolves, and Malabar is this guy. He's pretty cool. He's Dark Psychic. Why do I know this off the cuff? Because X and Y was the last good Pokemon. But that's why Switch 2 is gonna let you flip it upside down, just so they can continue that Pokemon's evolutionary method, so they don't have to change it. I know Pokemon's really autistic when it comes to having to change the evolution methods for their monsters. I guess they feel if they were to alter the evolutionary method for one of the monsters, I think they said this in an interview too, or it could be me just, it could just be my imagination. But they think if they change the evolutionary method for a monster, some kid will try the new method out on an older game before the change, and they'd be sad that it wouldn't work. I think that was the excuse they used for why Leafstone wouldn't work on your Eevee to evolve it into Leafeon. But then, I guess they had like a change of heart, because now you can evolve Eevee into Leafeon that way. Alright, there we go.
Split will allow you to orient the screen and have it flip around however you need. I'm hoping this will not be done using like the built-in gyro, and instead is just like an option, because boy, why does it never work on the phones and the tab? Why is it always such a pain? Why is it you can...
I've never had issues with gyro. Actually, Splatoon is very responsive with gyro, even though I don't use it. I use stick controls for Splatoon, but it does work with Splatoon. Yeah, just for me, it's personal preference. Even though gyro is objectively better, and a great gyro player in Splatoon will always be better than the best stick player. It's just how it is. But yeah, no, I don't know what he's saying here. The gyro sucks. No. If anything, the thing that sucks with the Switch that the other consoles beforehand did better, I would say, would be the touchscreen. The touchscreen is ass compared to Wii U, and of course the DS.
I have a phone for like 2 months. And then from that point on, trying to flip it one way or the other, it just like doesn't work. I don't know. It's annoying phones these days. You know what I'm saying? Point is though, because the Joy-Cons, you know, they attach magnetically now. They're not using a rail system. So I suppose that makes sense. It makes sense that you could flip them around either way. And so, you know, they could have still made the Switch function the same way, even if you could attach them the other way. Or they could have put some little thing that, did not allow you to attach it the other way, but instead they're like, let's lean into it. Let's let people, you know, flip it one way or the other. And the only like real practical application I could see is just the fact that it's got 2 USB-C ports. You know, it's got the one on the bottom.
Very
and the
good
one on the
idea
top.
for them to have 2 ports.
So, I don't know. I guess it just gives you a little bit more flexibility as far as like whether you. I mean, the fact that you've got 2. You already have the flexibility for being able to plug it in on the top or the bottom. So I guess, I don't know, is it just the headphone jack? Is that it? Is it really just that? You can use the headphones on the top or the bottom, whichever is more comfortable for you. But then...
Now, Red Animator seems very convinced because he posted something. He shared that apparently, since D-Side brought it up, apparently on the Pokemon Day Direct, coming on the 27th, they're going to announce Pokemon Gen 1 to Gen 3 collection. Whoa! It's gonna be all the old classics, all in one. Except it's not all in one. First of all, if this rumor is true, it won't be on NSO. It'll be split into 2. And one half is gonna have like red and gold and ruby and fire red. The other half will have blue and silver and sapphire and leaf green. So, you know, one will have the A games and the other will have the B games. And so it's kind of... Okay, look. This is believable because it's Game Freak. There's no way they would put those on NSO for free. First of all, save states. We can't have save states in Pokemon. Fucking Felicify and all these other furry losers would abuse it. When they brought the Pokemon games on 3DS Virtual Console, they took away the ability to do save states for that very purpose because they didn't want people abusing it. And you're not gonna have your precious rewind. You won't it's rewind time. Yes, you won't have rewind. They'll take all the good shit away from you. You're just gonna get a basic port collection, maybe some updates, definitely some script rewrites for problematic dialogue, and everything else you were able to use with other NSO Virtual Console games. It's all gonna be removed. But that would be believable. You might be thinking, wow, only generation 1 to 3? What about like Gen 4? What about Gen 5? Well, my good sir, that's where the remakes come in, idiot. You want Gen 4? Buy Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. You want Gen 5? Buy the inevitable Black and White remake. You want Gen 6? Buy Legend Z-A. I guess if this happens, and look, if it was gonna happen at any time, right now would be the time, because it's Gen 10. I'm confident Gen 10 is getting revealed, because these Gen reveals come every 3 years. 2022 was Scarlet and Violet's reveal. We're in 2025 already. I know time flies. I think we're gonna get Gen 10. We're gonna get the logo, we're gonna get the starters. And you know, the 10th generation and shit, it would be a perfect time to port the games. But it won't be in the manner that anybody would have wanted. And they're probably gonna cost $60. $60 a piece. Cause it's Pokemon, and you'll just buy it, idiot. You'll just consume mindlessly. Now, the rumor also said they'll have home compatibility, so you'll still be able to, you know, catch Pokemon, send them to home, and then send them to the other Switch games. So that's cool. That's true. They were able to get that programming working. Because remember, back in the day, you couldn't transport Pokemon. You couldn't transfer them from Gen 2 to Gen 3. What I think is really cool, and I brought it up before, but I think it's real cool that you can have a Pokemon from Gen 3, and you can send them all the way to, like, Generation 9, and the game will acknowledge it and reward you for it. That shit like that is cool. What's not cool is, like, having to buy so many $60 games just to enjoy those benefits. Oh, of course, you need your home subscription, too. You don't have to pay for Bank anymore, thankfully. The 3DS app, Pokemon Bank. But for Gen 3 to Gen 4, you had to get, like, one of the Gen 4 games. You had to do, like, Pal Park or something, send them to Gen 4. You can't just... Even though Gen 4 and Gen 5 are on DS, you can't just send Gen 3 to Gen 5. What are you, nuts? No, to send Gen 3 to the DS games, it has to be a Gen 4 game. And then if you want to send Gen 4 to Gen 5, well, even though they're both on DS, so you can't just trade between Gen 4 and Gen 5. No, that would be too simple, even though they're both on the same system, so it would be no problem. No, you have to then send Gen 4 to Gen 5 through its own wackadoodle fuck method. And then once they're in the next generation, they can't be sent back to the older generation that only worked with Gen 1 and Gen 2 trading. And then after Gen 5, then you have to download some weird fucking app on like the 3DS, which is probably no longer available to download. But it's like the Pokemon Transporter, and then that transports all your Pokemon from Gen 5 to Gen 6, and that takes like an ordeal. I don't even think you can do it all at once either. It's got to be... You play like a mini game or something? I don't remember. But then once they're in Gen 6, then I think you're able to trade freely between Gen 6 and Gen 7. There's no... fuckadoo method you gotta do to trade between Gen 6 and Gen 7. I think you have to at least beat the game. And then after Gen 7, then everything just becomes, oh, just send it to home. Just send it to Pokemon Home, bro. Oh, you know what? You're right. It may be Pokebank. Pokebank for between Gen 6 and Gen 7. It's actually not free trade. At least that's free now for the foreseeable future. But once they inevitably close that down, you won't be able to send like Gen 3, 4, 5, or 6 Pokemon, or 7 Pokemon to the newer games. You'll just be locked to Gen 8 and above. Pretty unfortunate. Big ups to Super Strange Times.
Then you can't use the kickstand.
It was pretty cool when you can carry stuff over between games. Yeah, you get like a little certificate if you have a Pokemon from a GBA game. And it'll have like the GBA sprites from Gen 3.
If it's upside down. I don't know. I guess I really don't know the point. But whatever. It's something that we seem to... We're going to be able to do it. Obviously, that's why they're patenting it now. Especially now that the Switch 2 has been revealed. So it's not like as much of a secret anymore. We have had plenty of patents that were like a little bit revealing, but they've still got to be slightly secretive. And so now it's like, okay, like, yeah, the patent itself, the picture, it's got the picture of the Switch.
We still don't know what that C button on the Switch 2 does either.
I mean, it's certainly cool. Really just the idea that the Joy-Cons can go on in any way. It's a very welcome change. I mean, the whole like rail system of the original, you know, it was already a little prone to failure. You know, if it got loose, it would like come off. But then the
had like 2 switches, and the left Joy-Con has always been loose, even when plugged in.
Anxiety was always putting the Joy-Cons on the wrong way. Because even from the very beginning, we found out, oh, if you put like the little, the grip, or no, the strap, the Joy-Con strap, if you put it on the wrong way, you put the wrong one on the wrong thing, it gets like perma-stuck. And the only way to get, I mean, like, it's really not that hard to get it off. You just have to get like a clothespin or a safety pin and like poke it in the right spot.
Now, I don't know if it's just me, but I have never put on my Joy-Cons the wrong way. All you have to do is match the icons. Like, how do you... I could see how, like, a little kid would, like, get them stuck. I have never had that happen to me, but apparently it's a common issue. Don't be dented, I guess?
Well, but I don't know. I always just had this anxiety that I was going to put the Joy-Con on the Switch itself the wrong way, and it was going to get stuck forever, and I knew it wouldn't happen, but let's just say I'm happy. I just
Emerald is the third version for Gen 3. So like Ruby and Sapphire are the paired versions, and then later Emerald came out, which is like the definitive edition version.
Definitively will not have to worry about that anymore. You can throw these Joy-Cons on any way you want. And you know what? I would not be surprised if some developers play with this idea. Not a lot. It's not going to be a lot. It's probably going to be like a funny little gimmick in like one indie game, and it'll have like its 15 minutes of fame. You know,
it'll probably be in a Wario game.
Sites.
The
We'll
next
talk
one
about it for like a second. It'll be like some silly little game where like, oh, you gotta play with the Joy-Cons the wrong way. You know, so like one stick is here and one stick is on the other side down here. I don't know. I'm almost certain that that's gonna happen, unless Nintendo builds it into the software or the hardware, firmware, whatever.
Luigi with the sneak attack.
That you have to have them the same way.
My God, with the chair, with the steel chair.
Yeah, I don't know. That's the patent. We will probably be able to flip our Switches upside down and attach the Joy-Cons in any way we want. So it's a little bit of extra functionality, I suppose. Although, yeah, it is true though that like if the bottom USB-C port is in the center and the top one is off to the side a little bit, then that does mean that we're not going to be able to dock the Switch upside down. I don't know why you'd wanna, but there you go. Sorry, can't do that. And that is it. That's the story. That's it. Was that worth a whole video? I don't know. Who cares? I love you.
It's been a slow news day for Arlo. What is this attack? What is he doing? Dude, he has a lot of HP. Okay, I guess the gimmick with that is to not let the seedle grow into the... Don't let it blossom. Let it grow. He had one more about AI, but it was honestly useless. I'll think about it if I wanna put it on. We got... Is Donkey Kong changing forever? All because they changed his design.
Who's there?
That knock is not coming from inside the house.
Sir, it is believed your possession of legal contraband. We're gonna insert this reference.
Is that DK nerd we were watching a few weeks ago?
I gotta get out of here. Where is it? Where is it? I hope this still works. This is coming with me. I still got it. Controller's gonna live to fight another day. Say, where'd this pad go anyway? Donkey Kong has been redesigned for the new Mario Kart, and the congregation
and everybody's talking about it. I'm well
Maybe
aware.
It's too soon to get bent out of shape about this, though. Before DK showed up, I thought I was looking at Mario Kart 8 for a second. The character animation.
Whoa, hello, Gondo VT. It's Gondola. Big ups, Gondola. I'm in the end game of Mario and Luigi here. I'm gonna try to beat it tonight.
Always look good in these games, but when they're just driving straight, they look kind of empty. Speaking of DK, do you remember what he looked like in Mario Kart 8? Look at the proportions of his arms. Look at the expression.
Whoa, we also have partnered streamer and League. Hello.
Yeah, that checks out.
Gonal is
There's
sweet
a pretty
doing
large
numbers.
contingent saying
Gondo
that
went
this
viral.
is movie Donkey Kong, but I don't really believe this is the case. Sure, they look similar, but this shift in how DK looks is years in the making. Looking back on that Mario movie direct, I think Miyamoto was telling us a lot more than we realized at the time.
Yeah, he's the guy that Movie Bob thinks is God.
Changed the design for the first time since he became a 3D model in the original Donkey Kong Country game. Now, at first glance, you might assume that this was for the movie. If you look at the concept art Nintendo gave to Illumination, you can see how they were playing with the brow and general proportions of DK.
I love how the concept art is just in the Nakaway's art style. It makes you want the whole movie to just be in his art style. Like, it should have been 2D. It should have been 2D. Imagine if the movie looked like that.
Art Nintendo gave to Illumination. You can see how they were playing with the brow and general proportions of DK. He's a little more soft and rounded here too. So when people say that this is movie Donkey Kong, you have to ask, where did movie Donkey Kong come from? Shigehisa Nakaway did these drawings, and he's been working with Nintendo since the days of Donkey Kong King of Swing.
Oh, dude, I love that game.
What if I told you that this redesign of DK has been in the making for years before
nice
the
try.
Mario movie? Check out this emoji sticker from the year 2018. You might be thinking, what's the big deal here? But Donkey Kong's brow shape has been stiff as stone for decades. They didn't even let it move much in the TV show, but here it is, years before the movie was even concepted. Now this is very curious timing. About 2 years after things fell apart with Donkey Kong Freedom, allegedly production for the franchise moved to internal Nintendo teams, so this would also
we got a
kind of
smelly
line up with
coworker?
whatever concept work
I thought it
they
would have been a
be doing at the
DSP
time for the next game. This also coincides with the choice to split Donkey Kong licensing from Mario around the same time. DK used to fit under the Mario brand, but now he's in his own little pocket, his own country, if you will. It would seem this DK touch-up has a lot more to do with Nintendo taking the character back to their headquarters than it does trying to line up with movie promotions.
DK's
It's like they finally
coming
had
home,
the time
baby.
to polish the character the way that they wanted to in the internal Nintendo teams. Speaking of Donkey Kong merchandise, they're rewriting history before our eyes. It seems like some minor adjustments at first.
Oh, I've talked about this before. Yeah, they're subtly, very subtly, messing with the old art. I don't mind it. I legit right now I do not mind new Donkey Kong. Of course, I gotta see him in motion. I gotta see his animations. But yeah, I'm cool with it. Characters change designs all the time. Mario didn't start looking like how he looks now.
There are certain poses and facial expressions that look like a pretty drastic change, like they're trying to make him look cute. If I'm being more charitable though, I would say they're mashing the rare design together with DK94, taking the best of both designs. Kevin Bayless,
Well, that's
the original
also what
designer for
literally
the
everybody
country
who wasn't
iteration of
crying
Donkey
about
Kong,
it said.
has been really modest about this change, saying his eyebrows limited his range of expression. I can totally see where he's coming from.
Mario
I do
Kart
think
Tour?
they should
Yeah, I
play
played it.
around with it a little bit, but there's a lot
Cats
more to
played it too.
expression than eyebrows.
Ack, ack, ack.
In the brief Smash Ultimate trailers, we see surprise, anticipation, awe, we see joy. He's goofy, but it also feels like you can take him seriously. Kevin should give himself more credit. It totally works. There are plenty of poses and renders that show a more jolly DK. It's just that his body language is doing a lot of the talking, which, you know, makes sense for an animal that can't speak in most games. Now, all that being said, I think the
agree with
reason they
that.
keep
That makes
gradually
sense.
making DK into a more cartoony character is because of the general lack of power in Nintendo systems these days. It's easier to make DK live up to the euphemistic nature of those original renders when you have the budget of these Smash trailers. Nintendo used to be on the cutting edge of graphics, but those days are long gone, and Donkey Kong has never been quite the same since. So is this the next iteration of Donkey Kong? Should we lower the old one into a tomb next to DK94 and Donkey Kong Jr.? Let's look at the context for a second.
Ah, yes, the context. I like how he's got the returns transition for his video segues there. That's a nice touch. Let's see, Zuki Wookie says they might have both DK available in the game if they follow the mobile kart Mario Kart models. It could, yeah, it could just be a costume. Like, people have also noticed that Peach, in the footage shown, Peach doesn't have her biker suit on. So people, initially people said, Nintendo is going woke. But it's probably more like they're taking inspiration from Tour and just having multiple costumes, and the biker suits will be available that way. Because when they added Pauline to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, they gave her a biker suit. That was pretty recent. I went the wrong way. But yeah, I think the next Mario Kart is going to take more inspiration from tour than people realize. And people will be in for a shock because hardly anyone played it.
Remember what I was saying about the illustrations being slowly changed since 2018? That would line up with the concepting phase for whatever DK game is being worked on at Nintendo, and would give them plenty of time to plan things out for the movie. But what about the theme park? Literally a month before this Mario Kart snippet, they launched an entire theme park with the rare design. We have renders, we have animatronics, we have Donkey Kong himself, and there is not an eyebrow adjustment in sight. I've heard some people speculate that Nintendo's gonna go in and replace everything with the new branding inside of the theme park, which sounds
I could see some brand synergy happening over time, but not right away.
Crazy and all, but I don't think they're going to rip out multiple animatronics inside of the ride that they just launched. All for what? That they wouldn't spoil the grand unveiling of the new Donkey Kong inside of a 5-second clip of off-screen Mario Kart footage? They couldn't coordinate the launch window of the new DK with the park? Remember, this is literally the same company that Nintendo was making the movie with, so if Rogan Kong was going to be the future of the brand, you would think they would have something resembling that in the park. Never mind that. They want to debut the new future Donkey Kong on the same day they launched Donkey Kong Country Returns, the game that the whole theme park is based off of? What's interesting is that Donkey Kong's design wasn't altered for any of the new games he's appeared in since 2018 or the movie, including Mario vs. Donkey Kong, where it honestly would have made sense for the redesign to be used. If there was any game that was made to coincide with the release of the movie, it was this one. Now there's 3 possibilities here. 1, Nintendo's gaslighting Donkey Kong fans. Always a possibility. 2,
the way some DK people act, man. Yeah, that's true. They're just gaslighting the Donkey Kong people.
There's going to be multiple designs for Donkey Kong going forward based on the game that he's in. And number 3,
you wouldn't last a day in the shoes of a Wario Land fan, DK Chud.
He just looks kind of weird in Mario Kart. I was saying before that Nintendo hasn't competed on graphics in a long time. It's even harder now because they're making handhelds while Microsoft and Sony are making these gigantic routers. You can't fit very many graphics inside of these little things. Couple that with the slowing pace of graphical advancement in general, and we don't have much of a visual upgrade from Switch 1 to Switch 2. That brings a bit of a...
I don't know, like...
General.
Let me pause it here. I think if you, going back to Mario Kart 8, the age really shows. It is a 2014 game after all. I remember during the Switch 2 reveal, a lot of people were saying, oh, it doesn't look that much better. It doesn't look that great. Like, wow, it's not photorealistic. But if you honestly take a minute and go back to Mario Kart 8, like, look at DK with his teeth showing. Look at Bowser's weird, kind of, like, scrunched up. Like, he's all scrunched up in the carts and shit. I really like how... I'm going to call it 9, but it really should be Mario Kart 10 if they're taking a lot of shit from Tour. I really like how Mario Kart, quote-unquote, 9 seems to be taking a lot of inspiration from Nakaway's art style. And Lead says, pray for my work schedule. I am praying for your work schedule. I'm also praying for Guitar Punk Master. Big up GPM. Says big up Stingus, big up GPM. I'm in the final area of Mario and Luigi. It's apparently going to take a gazillion hours, but I'm making pace here while listening to Donkey Kong guy. Hey, Scrumbles.
Much of a visual upgrade from Switch 1 to Switch 2. That brings a bit of a problem to games like Mario Kart and Smash that are going to be backwards compatible. When Nintendo can't compete on raw
just give them the $10
they
patch.
Lean into style. Smash for Wii U is a good-looking game, but Ultimate makes it feel archaic through its presentation. Similarly, you look at Mario Kart 8 and see a great-looking game, but one that feels a little static. Compare Mario's with me. His mustache...
Okay, good. He's redeeming himself here. The animations and just a little bit of Mario Kart 9 footage we saw, the characters look so much livelier than they ever did in Mario Kart 8. So I hope he brings that up.
Multiplied in size between kart racers. The new look sports more cartoony proportions as well. Everyone here is looking a little more rotund and squishy.
Are they robust though?
Look at these wheels.
Yeah, I like the wheels.
Over. Luigi looks less...
okay. I'm so glad he did the Bowser comparison.
I mean, look at these wheels. Bowser is...
Look, that's Bowser on the left in Mario Kart 8. That's the guy. He looks awful. Look what they did to my boy. He looks so much better in 9. The proportions are kino.
More hunched over. Luigi looks less angry. You can see more fluidity.
Well, some might say the not angry Luigi is a mistake.
the animation as well. Now you can only go so far in a kart racer, as a lot of your graphical budget goes to the track, how many models are on screen, and so on and so forth. So
he's right about that, where like everything is an improvement from 8 already, but it's still not going to be peak because so much of the focus for the graphics is going to go into the track and the spectators, all that stuff in the background. Maybe when we see like the real 3D Mario game, I'm gonna say real 3D Mario game, I'm not like talking down on Mario Kart, but you know what I mean, like the real showcase game for the system's capabilities of what it can do graphically. That'll be when the characters look peak soul. Same for whatever they're cooking up with DK. They have to be cooking up with something with DK. He's gonna get something. And it won't be another remaster, it'll be an actual game. In my dreams, it'll be like an internal first-party develop, like not outsourced to Retro or anything, just like an internal Nintendo-made DK game. Just to see, just for shits and giggles, just to see what they would do with it. It's time for DK to come home.
this isn't going to be the best showcase for character models. DK definitely looks off in this trailer, but until we see a little more of him in his other games, I think it's a bit soon to put the Bayless DK down to rest. I think they're going to play around with DK's brow and his general proportions, and honestly, that's fine. Some of the recent renders have looked great, and more than anything, I'm just glad they're doing literally anything with the character. If I can walk into the toy section of a Target and not see this DK from 2010, I'll be happy. We know what DK looks like in Universal. We know what he's gonna look like in
Nintendo does love reusing renders from like the GameCube era. Occasionally they'll update them.
Mario Kart.
Remember that big controversy over the one of the 3DS Mario parties having like it used like default renders for like a placeholder box art, but people wanted it to be funny, and they said it was like reused art from like a SpaghettiOs can. Well, like the SpaghettiOs can itself was just reusing not placeholder renders necessarily. Like the box art was placeholder. The SpaghettiOs can was just reusing existing renders that Nintendo provides to like these third parties whenever they do merchandise. So, like maybe a couple months before the Mario Wiki debunked it. They were like, oh, the 3DS Mario Party's got like fucking SpaghettiOs art on it.
What's he gonna look like in his next game? Join me next time as we try to read
Nintendo
the tea
hates doing
leaves
new
and speculate
renders.
on what we're getting for Donkey Kong's outing on Switch 2.
I like what he's doing here with the subscribe animation. DK punching the subscribe button. Wouldn't that imply he's punching the subscribe button away? Like, you don't subscribe, I'm punching the button away? A lot of speculation yapping to say, I just noticed the old DK style face is that big of a deal, moving away from Rare's version for a racer. Well, this is a channel called Kongpendium. He's a DK artist. All of his videos are about Donkey Kong. Discovered him in the algorithm. The same way you would have, I don't know, Carlos spurging out about Pikmin and Paper Mario. This guy does it for Donkey Kong. Yeah, no, it's not the puppet. Yeah, this is like his niche, so of course he's gonna go bananas about it. Saru wanted me to watch this, and I don't know if he's still here, but I figure he's already watched it on his own time. This was a real interesting video.
You'd think by now...
This is on his favorite game. The mysterious mechanics of Pokemon Pinball, Ruby and Sapphire.
Every Pokemon game in existence would be full...
Oh, the first-person hack? Saru played that for Halloween, but he actually didn't enjoy it very much.
Dissected with all of its secrets documented, especially ones that came out over 2 decades ago, like Pokemon Pinball, Ruby and Sapphire. But this Game Boy Advance title from 2003 might have some of the most inconsistent and misunderstood game mechanics of
We better get this
I've ever
announced for
tried to
NSO on a
research.
27.
You can try to look up simple questions like, where do certain Pokemon spawn? What is the percentage chance of a rare spawn? Are those secret Johto starters actually e-reader exclusives, or is there some other secret method buried in the code that gives you access to them? These searches will have you scrolling past all sorts of misinformation, from outdated game FAQs, dusty old forum posts, until finally you realize nobody seems to know for sure how this game actually works. I think with
This is kind of par for the course for all the Pokemon spin-offs. It's kind of hard to look up information. I guess for some reason nobody likes playing the spin-offs. Rip. And then you got Cerebi, who's the website that everybody goes to for information on Pokemon stuff. But if he doesn't like the side game, his coverage on it is typically sloppy.
in modern games, we just expect that data miners can just take a peek into the
Are they actually putting out those Pokemon collections? It's a rumor mill for right now.
game's files and provide us with definitive answers, but this was the early 2000s. There was no human readable code in these games to even peek at. Open the raw data of any game cart from this era, and this is what you'll see, just a dense mass of compiled machine code designed to run as efficiently as possible, but not designed to be readable. And while the process of decompiling games has gotten more popular in recent years, it is a slow and arduous task, usually reserved for the titans like Mario 64. It's rare for spin-off games like Pokemon Pinball to have dedicated decompilation projects because the demand usually isn't as high. But to my surprise, there is a project for this game that started back in 2018. The only problem is, it's only about 20% complete. This is a story of discovery, dead ends, and debunking information about what I think is one of the greatest pinball games of all time, with one awkwardly worded Pokedex entry in particular sitting at the center of decades of misinformation. And this video isn't just about my journey or all the volunteer engineers in the Discord and the real work that they're doing. I also want this to be a resource for new or weary pinballers. This is a deep analysis of the code that makes the game tick.
These are too scared to play a pinball game, guys.
And if all you want is a better understanding of the game itself, feel free to jump straight to that section of the video using the timestamps. For everyone else who maybe haven't played this game before, I'm going to unravel this mystery for you the same way that I experienced it. It all started with this stream that I did back in June 16th, 2024. Whoa, dude, the graphic, ooh, this game's like really pretty. Look at the reflection of the clouds in that puddle, like this is fancy. So this was my first time ever seeing or touching this game, and it took me a while to get around to it despite many recommendations, the first of which came from Bandy, thank you, because I never really liked pinball games as a kid. I always found them to be too
Never played that Interstellar or Outer Space pinball game on Windows?
But even just playing this game for one session, two things became clear very quickly. One, people love this game.
Was I the only person that didn't play these? It's crazy. Everyone's coming in like, oh my god.
And two,
oh my god,
like
Pokemon Pinball, oh my god, my god, my god.
I did not expect there to be boss fights in this game.
It's like whoever made this had an itemized list of every issue I personally had with pinball games and then just perfectly addressed each one of them. Like, oh, you don't like high score gameplay? Well, how about filling out a Pokedex instead? Oh, you think pinball is too hard? Well, we'll slow down the ball speed a little bit and you can keep your dex progress between runs. It's boring just playing on one game board. Here's two different boards with,
you know, not just Pokemon Pinball. They should also put a Kirby's Pinball Land on NSO. Along with a, what was it, Block Ball?
Their own unique Pokemon spawns, mini games, and boss fights to break up the monotony. And this gameplay loop is not just addicting to play, it's also mesmerizing to watch. The way the camera smoothly tracks the Pokeball as it moves up and
check it
down
out.
the board, which is such a huge improvement over the flickering ball screen transition that existed in the Game Boy version of Pokemon Pinball, which happened to be produced by the same.
I like the sprite work for that Game Boy Color version, but the flickering would get on my nerves.
Company Jupiter. It definitely explains why the Ruby and Sapphire sequel feels so polished, because they've done all this stuff before and now they're just doing it better. Like, just look at the way that the ball rotates in a way that looks surprisingly 3D
seamless,
despite the game being rendered entirely in 2D pixel art. And it is gorgeous pixel art. Every Pokemon sprite, Pokedex portrait, animation, and background.
The sprites seem so consistent with the Gen 3 sprites, you would probably think that they're reused assets from the Gen 3 games, but I think it's all unique. Sorry, I'm doing the attack right now. Give me 1 second. There we go.
background art are all custom drawn and unique to this game. I don't think I recognized a single asset that was copy and pasted from any of the mainline games.
Oh, well, there you go.
Some of the
It's all
iconic
custom.
Gen 3 music tracks.
Big ups on the effort.
But don't be deceived by the game's friendly and approachable appearance, because there is still a very steep learning curve here. Because you're not just having to learn proper flipper etiquette and how to aim and cup your balls. There's also all these other game mechanics you have to figure out, like egg hatching, evolution, traveling between biomes, hunting super rare spawns like Latios and Latias. So you can probably see how what was supposed to be a simple one-off stream quickly snowballed into an obsession, not just for me, but for my audience. Too. And as those days turned to weeks of streams, I was relying more and more on my chat to kind of guide me through the
Want to make your pinball accessible? Just put gotcha in it.
experience. But this is also where the first issues started, because as useful as the pro tips and tricks were, there were also a lot of myths and rumors getting mixed into the conversation. As we narrowed down the remaining Pokemon in the decks and had to hunt for specific spawns, I was starting to receive a lot of conflicting information. I would ask the chat, hey, we haven't caught a Kecleon yet, where does he spawn? And someone would say, oh, I looked it up, he's in the plains. And then we would spend hours grinding on the plains.
You looked it up on
someone else to
Cerebi?
show up and say, oh, you're looking for Kecleon? No, yeah, he's in the forest. And this happened a few more times with some other Pokemon,
Oh,
but
wow,
ultimately wasn't a
fucking
huge
dead.
deal. I mean, we were all still enjoying the game. I wasn't in a huge
Ain't me
rush.
no
If I
XP
really
either.
had to, I could go look up some of this information myself. But then someone asked, hey, are you gonna hunt those secret Johto starters once you finish the Pokedex? Now, I didn't realize it at the time, but this was the moment where we had officially crossed into the event horizon. The next 6 months of my life were about to be consumed by a mysterious pinball-sized black hole. And
6
these
months?
are the 4 Pokemon central to this mystery. Chikorita, Cyndaquil, Totodile, and Aerodactyl, all of which do appear as cameos on the Ruby board during regular gameplay, but aren't normally catchable anywhere else in the game. And the more I asked people about how to get them, the more
I think you guys
confused
would
I
go
became,
insane if I
hearing
played
everything
Pokemon
from,
Pinball
they're
for
just
6
extremely
months.
rare, to they won't appear until you finish the whole Pokedex first, to actually you can only get them with e-reader cards, and my personal favorite, oh, by the way, they only spawn on the Ruby board. And sure enough, even after taking the research into my own hands, I turned up similar results. Nobody online seemed to understand exactly how these super rare Pokemon worked. And the only
yes,
absolute
it is-
certainty,
it is
as far as
now
I could
the
tell,
year of
was
Luigi.
that this set of promotional e-reader cards, distributed only from Japanese Pokemon centers for a limited time, and only scannable using a Japanese e-reader plus, was the only surefire method of forcing these special appearance Pokemon to spawn in the game. But what about all those other methods that I was hearing from my chat? Has someone out there actually seen one of these Pokemon without using an e-reader card? Now, it's important to note here that each of these promotional Pokemon's dex entries says the exact same thing. Bonus appearance on Ruby Field. And a quick search of all the usually dependable sources for retro games like Game FAQs, Neoseeker, Bulbapedia, and Cerebi all seem to define this
No, don't you and Cerebi me. If it's a side game, that shit is not reliable.
Pokedex entry, literally, aka these bonus Pokemon only appear on the Ruby board. But things start to get murky when it comes to actually explaining how to get them to appear. The most common claim is that these Pokemon are simply extremely rare, with a few guides lumping them into the same spawn pool as Latios and Latias, which have a spawn rate of 1%. Bulbapedia claims that the rate is less than 1%, but does not explain how they arrived at that answer. This game FAQ
They made it
guide
the
from
fuck up.
2006
Source.
claims that you need to catch 150 Pokemon before you can even have a chance at them spawning. And this guide from 2005 by Cosine Lol does finally mention the role of the Japanese e-reader cards, but incorrectly states that the function of the card is to simply boost the appearance rate. Now, it's possible that the author of this guide sourced this specific piece of info from this specific
It's possible
Cerebi
that
page
he
about Pokemon
lied.
Pinball Ruby and Sapphire posted not long after the game launched in 2003. The page also contains the vague and unhelpful statement that bonus appearance on Ruby Field means, quote, it is found basically randomly and rarely on the Ruby board. This is followed by the anecdotal statement that he found Totodile in a cave. I even reached out to Cerebi personally to see if he could confirm whether he did use the card or not, but never got a response. What I could do,
Typical
however,
Cerebi,
was
very helpful.
scrutinize the quality of his other information, and there is so much more wrong on this website than just that single page on the Johto starters. And I'm sure Cerebi has plenty of other better things to concern himself with than fact-checking pages he wrote over 2 decades ago.
I hope someone called Cerebi the fuck out when this video went viral, and I hope he got gaslit into changing that, or like updating the section for the game.
But the fact is, these pages are still some of the highest results when you search for info about this game.
Why are you contributing to fake news,
generally been
Cerebi?
a reliable resource for other mainline Pokemon games, which is probably why my chat was reading from these pages when I originally wasted hours and hours on stream hunting in the wrong biomes. Because
is it viral? I
turns
believe
out
it is.
A large portion of the spawn location entries are just wrong. Kecleon does not spawn in the plains. Magikarp does not spawn in the lake. Volbeat and Illumise are almost right. They're in the right biome, but they're listed on the wrong boards, and so on and so on. But the
Hold up. He shows off what's wrong about it. Oh yeah, I want to rewind, but the dude's attacking me. Alright, there we go. Sorry.
out a large portion of the spawn location entries are just wrong. Kecleon does not spawn in the plains, Magikarp does not spawn in the lake, Volbeat and Illumise are almost right, they're in the right biomes, but they're listed on the wrong boards, and so on and so on.
Wait, Ruby lists the sins, Forest missing Nuzleaf and Kecleon, Plains is missing Nuzleaf, Roselia, Jigglypuff, and Kecleon are all incorrect. Lily Cove is listed as the city, it's missing Lively. Incorrectly lists Magikarp, Safari Zone is incorrectly listing Metatite. Sapphire's list of sins, Forest is missing Vigoroth, Roselia, and Kecleon. Lake is incorrectly listing Magikarp, Plains is incorrectly listing Roselia. The desert is missing Metatite, incorrectly lists Absol in the desert.
On. But the worst offender of all has to be this page describing the e-reader cards. Not only is it missing the bonus stage card, which gives you access to a hidden stage select screen, every single one of these card descriptions is just incorrect. Well, except for the Jirachi card. Technically, it is true that with this card, you can get moved to the place of Jirachi more times, as well as bonuses being more frequent. Yeah, that made
awesome grammar, Cerebi.
Sense, right? And again, it's surprisingly hard to find any other info about these cards in English. Cerebi's page is almost always the first result, but after digging a little bit, I was able to find an eBay listing for these unofficial reprints that do seem to have the full details for each card's function. And I won't read each one here, but here's a side-by-side so you can get a sense of just
have I played Sim Theme Park?
So
I have not.
It seems safe to assume that he was probably wrong about the Johto starters as well, but with no way to confirm it.
Cerulean, did you use Cerebi as a source when looking up information about this game? Because guess what? Everything there is fucking wrong.
I think I just
was like a DM? Alright.
The game myself, and maybe I could find some of my own evidence. And it wasn't long before I had finished the base Pokedex. I did not see a single Johto starter, and so decided to.
Yeah, so if it's a side game that he doesn't like, the coverage is usually sloppy. And I don't think he has any other people that work on the coverage either. He always wants it to be him. So with Pinball, he kind of just did his base coverage and then never updated it. And then people who played the game years later, such as yourself, use Cerebi as a resource because it's the top result when you look up Pokemon fan sites or guides or stuff like that. And then you get his results from like his dumbass dented coverage from 2003 where he didn't do everything. And got the stuff he did get, he got wrong.
Go through the process of testing the e-reader cards myself with an emulator using Japanese copies of both the game and the e-reader plus. Shout out to this video by Racing Chew that outlines this whole process. This is the single e-reader card that you need to get each of these 4 spawns. It's also a surprisingly tedious process to do this. You scan the card once, start a game, your first spawn will be one of those 4 Pokemon you're missing, and rinse and repeat this process 4 times to catch all 4 Pokemon. And yeah, this worked, but this was was also not how I expected this to work, considering the amount of people that claim that these Pokemon have extremely low spawn rates and that the e-reader card is only supposed to boost these rates, not set them to 100%. So getting all 4 back-to-back guaranteed was kind of anticlimactic and just felt wrong. It also made me think maybe there is a hard way to do this, like people were claiming. So the next phase of my testing was to trade this Pokedex data from this Japanese copy of the game to a fresh US copy. And this process, according to the game's manual, increases the chances.
You probably don't even know this either, Sarah, but the Johto starters and Aerodactyl are in the game. They're not just cameos for the main boards, but in order to acquire them, you must use the e-reader or exchange Pokédex data with someone who already has them.
Of encountering Pokemon that the receiving player is missing, marking them as seen but not caught. And now I should be able to encounter them,
Pinball Ruby and Sapphire?
the right conditions are met. And by playing this on a fresh save, we can confirm several different things at once. In particular, will one appear before I finish the Pokedex? Will they all immediately appear after I hit the requirements? Or are we going to have to hunt them down one at a time with super rare spawn rates? At this point, I had been streaming the game for a few months, 3 to 4 times a week. And starting from a fresh save ended up being a lot harder.
Aerodactyl's gonna be one of the most annoying Pokemon to use.
It ended up being a good thing for the sake
purpose.
of the test, since I got to go through hundreds of spawn checks to see if something might appear earlier than it was supposed to. I was also struggling to find even a single super rare legendary spawn at all. According to Racing Chew's video, catching Latios is a requirement to get the e-reader Pokemon to spawn, but neither Latios or Latias will appear unless you have at least 100 Pokemon in your Pokedex. So I figured I would start my grind on the Sapphire board to get all those exclusives first, just in case we do need a full Pokedex, but also because everybody was telling me that these Johto starters are only on the Ruby board, so I expected to get stuck there permanently once I actually hit the requirements. And the irony of all this is that I kind of ended up getting stuck on the Sapphire board instead, because while it didn't take long to hit 100 Pokemon, I could not get Latias to appear. And it didn't make sense to leave the board until I had everything from it, and I also wasn't sure that Racing Chew was correct that only Latios would lead to the Johto starter.
Crowd control boots deluxe.
What if catching Latias does the same thing? Can you tell I've developed trust issues with any information about this game from anywhere? And as the days went by of hunting these legendaries, talking to chat, rolling different possibilities around in my head, I couldn't help but keep thinking about what Cerebi said about finding that Totodile in a cave. And while there really was no
Cerebi was
evidence
just
to
talking
believe that
bullshit.
this was still possible, it turns out Cerebi was not the only one claiming to have seen these Pokemon with some alternate method. There was another thread on Cerebi's forums from 2016 where the user Comet Starlight responded to a question about the e-reader card, saying, "I've gotten Chikorita before. The Johto starters exist in the English cartridge, but the card you speak of increases the player's chances of them appearing." And
I didn't know that about
we
Coliseum.
have some of the same wrong info being cited, which we saw before.
Yeah, I do
which
know they
tells
got
me that
the
Comet
plus and
Starlight
minus
is either
abilities.
confused or just straight up lying here. But it's what Luster Purge, the OP of this thread, said next that really made me pause. That's great news! I guess I'll keep trying on Ruby board for a while longer. The completionist in me refuses to let the game go until everything is caught. Ooh, yeah, right. You felt that.
I think I
maybe
eventually
you're not a
gave up, I bet.
completionist, But for me, Pokemon games are all about collecting everything, and it cuts to the core of why I'm even making this video, because it has always bothered me on a deep level that Pokemon games do this. They sell you on the concept of catching them all, and then arbitrarily cut you off at the 99% completion point by locking a legendary or two behind some limited time event or promotion.
You should have attended the heckin' GameStop to get your Victini, chud. Big ups, Seal.
And effectively making it impossible for new players that are going back to explore old games to ever have any chance of completing their collection on their own. Now,
It is bullshit, though. I agree with what he's saying here.
Documented which Pokemon.
Gotta catch them all, but like own every version of the game and attend all these stupid ass events that are one time. Like you only get one per save file and whatever. And you can't even have multiple save files on top of that. And now it's like you get save data bonus if you own like all the Switch games. Like for example, you're playing Legends of Arceus. Oh, if you have Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, you get like the special, mythical, and you can't get it any other way. It's like, okay, so that like get 100% on my $60 game, I gotta buy another $60 game.
are and aren't available anymore. But Pokemon Pinball is a different story. The only saving grace is that they do
Yeah, I did that too, Jay Frosty. I got like a drawer full of the cards they would give out.
Finish the game, finish the dex that is there, and they will celebrate it. They will tell you hit 100%, but the problem is the internet exists, and as long as there are blurry screenshots of Pokemon that I do not have, that seem to exist in every language version of the game, there will always be completionists like me, like Luster Purge, that will be pulling their hair out over it. Comment Star responded to Luster Purge's hopeful message saying, "Good luck, they're among some of the rarest appearances on the board, so it's reasonable that they haven't
This
shown
guy
up
was
for this
gaslighting
point."
the OP.
And as much as I hate to admit it, I really wanted to believe this
Went to a thing to
logic.
get to
Even if he's
get a
lying
Mew
about
back
his
today.
Chikorita,
Wasn't it like
is
if you saw the
possible
movie,
that
you got a
requirements
Mew or
and spawn
something?
rates to catch
Or a
these
Mew
super rare
card?
Pokemon are just
Because I got a tin of Brother Dingus's Pokemon cards, which eventually became my Pokemon cards. And we only ever bought them for the art anyway. But I got 3 of those Mew promos for the first movie. Did you get like a card every time you saw the movie? This means Brother Dingus saw Pokemon the first movie 3 times in theaters and never took me?
so insurmountable
What an
that
asshole!
it's simply the case that nobody has played long enough to find one and document it yet. And this all aligned with what I had been hearing from my chat for months, which is that, oh, I never finished this game, it was too hard, I never even saw Rayquaza, I didn't finish the...
Oh man, the gold medal cards from Burger King. I was cleaning out the closet the other day. I was doing an off-stream closet cleaning stream. You'll never guess what I found. The little Pokeball Burger King toys. I have a Poliwhirl. I found the Pokeball too. I thought I had lost the Pokeball that came with it. But no, it was there along with the Poliwhirl, so I took them out. They're just hanging out right here on the desk now. I also had these little Gen 1 keychains. Let me see. I took these out too. I got... we got Pikachu, we got Eevee, Horsey, and Lapras. Also found this big rubber Jigglypuff keychain. Shit, I didn't even remember happened. And a little kind of like clip-on Charizard plush. I don't remember what it was from. He looks kind of scuffed though. It's scuffed Charizard. He's so cool though. I have him hanging up there. I like how Pokemon 2000 promo card is the same one that the villain has. Man, for the old movies, I think we only saw the first one. By we, I mean Brother Dingus saw it in theaters and I saw it on VHS. We didn't see 2000. I got vague memories of seeing the third one on Kids WB. Oh, no, the Deoxys one. The Deoxys one I saw on Kids WB.
Pokedex, and even if they did, how many of those people would still keep playing the game after they hit 100%? How are they supposed to know that the game is hiding another 4
Dude, Ann was hoarding all the Burger King promotional, like, fucking kids' meal toys.
secret Pokemon from them? The final exchange between Luster and Comet was, funny enough, them also pointing out that Cerebee's info pages on this game seem to be very wrong. Luster also asks Comet if he
put on
still
blast.
has his